What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing? In this game, we have Bitcousin in orange as the Zushi Legacy. Spawning in the west. Spawning in the east, we have Brazilian Calheta as the Malians in purple. Purple. So. There's been a lot of talk for some reason calling the Malians broken, overpowered, they need a nerf, etc, etc. I don't know how people are able to say this. I really don't. I think the Malians are in a very solid space right now. I don't think they're overpowered. I think they have a really strong castle age. Like, they probably have one of the strongest castles around, in all honesty. Over here with the Zushi Legacy, they have a very, very strong feudal. They have a very good castle, and in my opinion, one of the best Imperials. Once you get into extremely late game Imperial age against Zushi Legacy, if you can't constantly check them and check the amount of bombards that they have, their bombards become essentially mini great bombards. They start doing AoE splash damage. They have, I believe, with their what is it called? Zushi? No. Yeah, with the Zushi library. I think that's the one that toggles. That has the like 4 different toggled abilities. You could go for the siege one, which increases siege range by 1, and their bombards now have I think it's 11 range. So 11 range bombards that do mild AoE damage. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. We do see a very offensive pit mine coming through for our Malian player, though. With Zushi, I'm very interested to see what they are going to do. What plan do they have, and if they're going to be able to execute it properly. They do generally go... Well, I can't even really say generally, because a lot of Zushi players, that's the difficult thing about playing against Zushi, is you never know what they're really gonna do. They could go for a fast castle, and like I said, they have a very, very strong feudal where they can mass up 40-50 Jukunu pretty damn easily, in all honesty, if they go for the Jingyang Tower. But we'll see what our Zushi player is potentially going to do. The Manticore is coming down for our Malian player, kind of in the front of their base. I would prefer to put it in the back just so it's less likely to get sniped out, but I think he's just SimCity for now in the front. That way he could put the Grand Corral in the back, and SimCity his ranches back there as well, his cattle ranches. As for our Zushi, that's a really nice spot for food. That meditation garden is coming down, going to be covering all 12 of those berry bushes. I don't think he had a better position anywhere else. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't look like he had a better position. Realistically, he'll get a little bit of stone, a little bit of wood, or a little bit of... No, yeah, that was pretty much it. A little, like right here, I guess, but that's not very good. That'll get him some stone, wood, and gold. Or right here where he gets 2 berry bushes. Yeah, he doesn't really have very many optimal spots. But if he were to move this like 2 squares over, he would have still been able to grab. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Yeah, if he scooted this over like 2 squares, he would have been able to get the gold and like a little bit of wood as well. I'm pretty sure anyways. So age up cut does come through for our Malian player. He's going to be keeping it on gold. Yep. 24 food per minute at the moment. On the meditation garden, we see an archery range coming through for Zushi as well. And it's already being supervised. So we should see quite a few horsemen coming out for an attempted harass, especially right here. Like, I don't know what our Malian player was doing with such an offensive gold mine right there. Once a few horsemen come out, they're going to be able to burn a huge majority of, Wow. Like, I even corrected myself too with archers. With archery range, there's going to be a lot of Chukunu coming out. Not entirely sure why he did that. It's going to be so easy to harass this and eventually bring this down. Zushi is sitting on 9 on has 9 on wood right now, so he can go for a decent ram and just take all of that out. That's going to be a lot of resources that just got thrown away by our Malian player, especially considering he's not going to be able to defend this. So it's not even going to be a decent even trade or anything like that, or delay. No, Bitcousin is just going to spam out Chukunu and clean all of this up before our Malian will be able to do anything about it. He does have an archery range up. He's going to start bringing out javelin throwers, but he's going to lose a lot of houses before then if our Zushi player focus fires, which it doesn't seem like he's going to. I like how some of the arrows are going through the house. Like, you could see the dirt in the... now he focus fires. Yeah, you see? I like that. That's pretty good. One of my favorite visual effects now, though, is easily the aqueducts when it's damaged and you start seeing like water pouring down from it. We have a second archery range coming up for our Malian player. 1 javelin thrower at the moment, 2 more queued up. And more Chukunu are going to be coming out from our Zushi legacy player. Off of 1 archery range, though. Doesn't matter. He has it supervised, so they're going to be popping out a lot faster. 6-second Chukunus, right? That's going to be a lot of Chukunus. At this rate, what our Malian needs to do is drop a 3rd archery range as well. Yeah, he's going to be overcommitting on that to an extent, but he's going to kind of have to if he's going to want to be able to hold. Already the cattle ranches are coming down. He currently has 5 cows in 2 ranches. Another mill is coming down for our Malian, and the 3rd archer range is coming down as well. This is exactly what he needs to do to be able to hold this. Once he gets a decent amount of javelin throwers, he'll be able to start one-shotting the Chukunu. And keep in mind that the javelin throwers are hard counters for ranged units. They sit with 3 ranged armor base, and they do 12 damage to ranged units. Chukunus, on the other hand, no ranged armor. They do 4 damage in 3-round bursts. So they're only going to be doing 1 damage. Okay, the +1 comes through, so you double their damage now, essentially. So they're going to be doing 6 damage. Each Chukunu is going to be doing about 6 damage to a single javelin thrower. 6 damage. You need 12 of them to one-shot a javelin thrower. Javelin throwers, on the other hand, do 12 damage. Chukunus have 70 health. So you only need, what is that, 6 javelin throwers to focus fire a Chukunu to one-shot it. Currently, Brazilian Calheta is currently sitting at 10 javelin throwers. He has 1 more queued up. That's it, though. He needs to start popping out more and more. Fully cleaned up the gold vein here. So, a little bit of a poke coming through. Okay, first Chukunu goes down. Second Chukunu is going to be taking quite a bit of damage. Unable to finish it off. Third one is very, very low as well. Goes down. We need to see a lot of micro coming out from our Malian player right now. Otherwise, this is going to be completely one-sided. Sorry about that camera angle. I thought it'd be better with the 45-degree rotation. He needs to stutter step these units back. He's already lost about 6 of his javelin throwers. He's lost that critical number now and unable to one-shot the Chukunu at this point. 28 Chukunu versus 9 javelin throwers. Javelin throwers have 4.5 tiles of range. Javelin throwers have 6. You can go in, throw the javelin, back off before the Chukunus could get their attack off. We need to see better stutter stepping from our Malian player if he's going to be able to hold this. It's a huge amount of a huge amount of Chukunu. You see, go, line, auto attack. Even if you're not killing anything, if you're putting more damage into it right there, really, really good shot over the tree line where the Chukunu just wouldn't be able to effectively attack. Nice little poke again. Go in. Amazing micro now coming through from our Malian player. Goes back under the tower range. We have a lot of villagers right here currently getting gold for our Malian. Let me switch. Oops. No. I was on the right one. I thought I was still on per minute. I want to see villager count. Bitcousin is backing off at the moment, getting more and more of his Chukunu mass growing, currently sitting on 34 with 2 more in queue, 1 palace guard on the field with another one in queue. Zushi is still on Tang Dynasty, hasn't went into his second landmark, which would be the Xingyang Tower, and that would be very, very beneficial right now in order to get the number to get his army mass bigger and bigger. We have +1 ranged armor coming through for our Malian player right now. So now he's cut the damage in half yet again. Currently, each Jukunu is only going to be doing 3 damage per shot. Per entire attack animation. Look at how little damage is coming through onto those javelin throwers now. They're going to be able to pick off the first palace guard. He's going to have to stutter step micro even more so now in order to pick off the second one without taking too much damage from the Chukunu themselves. He's going to be almost donates a javelin thrower for free, goes back into town center range. Second javelin thrower is going to be going down. That one went away for free. Town center is adding in so much damage now as well. Attempts to grab a couple villagers that were on the gold. 3 villager kills total going to our Chukunu player, or excuse me, our Zushi player. And our Malian player is now able to keep his mass, his javelin thrower mass. There's quite a few weak in there, but at this rate, it doesn't really matter. It's 18 to 18, and that is not where you want to be if you are massing ranged units. These javelin throwers are just going to be able to poke away everything clean and clear. I would love to see +1 ranged attack coming through for our Malian player in order to just deal with the palace guards a little bit better, because currently they only do 8 damage to our 8 damage to non-ranged units. 13 Chukunu, 2 more in queue, 3 palace guards on the field. Brazilian Calheta, our Malian player, has 19 javelin throwers with +1 ranged armor. That puts them at 4. So if they run under any kind of outposts or even the town center, they're only going to be taking 1 damage a pop. When you have 19 javelin throwers, that is a lot of damage that's gonna be dealt to villagers, to your army, even if you're attempting to go for a slightly more defensive play. 16 Chukunu on the field right now with 3 palace guards. Make that 2. Nice focus fire from our Malian player onto the weakened palace guard. He needs to do a little bit of kiting though, because there's a lot of unnecessary damage coming through onto those javelin throwers that could be a lot stronger if or when he decides to go for any type of villager dives. Right there, for instance, he took a lot of damage from that palace guard instead of just stutter stepping away and getting it for free, essentially. Back with our Malian, he already has 5 cattle ranches fully decked out with his cows. Number 6 is empty. Number 7 is coming up, but is it only just the 2 mills at the moment? 2 mills at the moment are producing his cows, so those are going to be those cattle ranches are going to be up and running fairly shortly as well. Brazilian Calheta is sitting on 20 javelin throwers against 20 Chukunus, 5 palace guards, and 2 horsemen. I really, really like the position of our Malian player. Yes, I was second guessing his whole pit mine build that he had going on over here. It does look like our Malian is attempting to, nice little horseman right here, just going to pick away at that villager. I do like that he's come over here out to the dairy, or to the deers. I mixed berry and deer into the same thing, which came out as dairy. So we have two outposts coming up for our Malians at the Deer at the moment. So that's going to be nice and secure for a nice while, a good chunk of food right there as well. And I wouldn't be against holding back on building military for the next minute or so in order to get that age up. Once you get that age up into Sofa, it's oh no, don't pull your villagers back. This is an easy fight you could take as long as they're garrisoned. 10 villagers garrisoned inside of those outposts plus 20 javelin throwers against a Chukunu mass. Oh, that would have been so much damage onto the Zushi player, and he wouldn't have lost any footing right there either. He is backing off a lot of units. Wow, 33 villagers are going to be spamming down that Grand Fulani Corral. His economy is going to be massive once this finishes. He already has all 7 cattle ranches fully up and running, 28 cows in total. He already has the massive stable infrastructure up and running as well. He has 5 and a 6th on the way. We see imported armor coming through. We have the veterancy coming through as well for the Sofa. This is going to be such a huge swing in favor of our Malian player. Once these Sofa hit the field, they're going to completely just decimate the Chukunu mass that Bitcousin has been building this entire game. Okay, it's just the scout getting smacked by a palace guard over there. Yes, Brazilian Calheta is going to be losing this pit mine and a few houses that are going to be here, but in the long run, it's not really going to make that big of a difference since he still had, he doesn't really have that much gold left at this one. He's going to be below 1,000 pretty damn soon. He still has the berries up here, plus obviously his cows. His cows are going to just, his income is going to be huge. He's currently sitting at 1,600 food per minute, 600 gold per minute, and he's going to be spamming out so many Sofa. That's going to be a lot of Sofa warriors, veteran Sofa out on the field very, very soon. Like I said, he had 6 total stables and they are just cranking out the Sofas like no tomorrow. Currently, Brazilian Calheta is sitting on 56 villagers, 35 army, 22 of which are javelin throwers, 14 Sofas. For Bitcousin, who's still on feudal, has 46 Chukunu, 15 Imperial Guards, 13 horsemen, and now Brazilian Calheta is using his Sofa to pick off as many reinforcements as he can before the major battle happens, which seems like he's going to try to push through the southeast, the direct southern part of Brazilian Calheta's base. So he's gonna Brazilian Calheta is gonna try to push back as many units as he can, pick off as many units as he can, especially since he is sitting on veterancy with imported armor on his Sofas. Not entirely sure what Zushi is going to attempt to do. He is backing off from the gold vein at the moment. Is the Malian gonna try to pick? Okay, the Malian is attempting to try to pick a fight. Nice charge coming through from the horseman onto the javelin mass. Malian needs to micro these javelin throwers back. They're taking a lot of damage. He's already lost about 4 of them, but the Sofas are gonna be so tanky in the back line, getting rid of a few of the Chukunu. There's no micro coming through from our Malian player whatsoever. He clears off the Zushi legacy frontline horseman right there, and now all that's left are Chukunu against a handful, 8 Sofas and 7 Sofas and 10 javelins. These units alone will be able to clear off the rest of this army, but there's no micro coming through. Again, GG gets called by Zushi and our Malian takes it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.